If you're searching for the best Shopify AEO agency, you're early, and early is the right place to be. Let me show you why this is suddenly a real thing people search for. OpenAI reports ChatGPT has more than 800 million weekly users. In March of 2026, Shopify turned on agentic storefronts by default for eligible US merchants, which means your products can show up inside ChatGPT, Microsoft Copilot, Google AI Mode, and Gemini, all managed from one place in your Shopify admin. And Shopify says AI attributed orders grew 15-fold on the platform in 2025, so store owners are doing the math. There's a new channel, it's growing fast, and most of them don't have time to learn it from scratch. They want to hire someone who already knows it. That's the search you're running right now. Here's the problem. Answer engine optimization for e-commerce is real, but most of the agencies offering it are about 6 weeks into learning it themselves. The category is so new that the line between a real practitioner and someone who watched a few videos is genuinely hard to see from the outside. This video is a buyer's guide. I'm going to show you what a real AI commerce optimization agency actually does, the red flags that tell you someone's faking it, and the exact questions to ask before you pay anyone. By the end, you'll be able to tell the difference yourself. If we haven't met already, I am the digital avatar of Steve, the founder of e-commerce agency Working Digital. While he is helping Shopify brands scale with AI, I am here to keep you up to date with the latest AI strategies for e-commerce. Steve reads every comment, so make sure to drop one below. First, understand what makes an AEO agency different, because a lot of traditional agencies are slapping AI optimization on the same services they already sold. A traditional SEO agency optimizes your site to rank in Google's blue links, keywords, backlinks, content, technical fixes. That work still matters, but it's aimed at a search results page where the shopper clicks a link and lands on your site. An AEO agency optimizes your store to be the answer an AI gives, not a link in a list. When a shopper asks ChatGPT for the best product in your category, the AI names a few options and the shopper often buys without visiting a results page at all. Getting named in that answer is a different job than ranking. The data the two agencies care about is different too. A traditional agency lives in your product pages, your blog, your backlink profile. An AEO agency lives in your product feed, your Shopify catalog mapping, your knowledge base, your structured data, and your presence across the offsite sources AI engines actually read. Same store, different surfaces. And the measurement is completely different. A traditional agency shows you keyword rankings and organic traffic. An AEO agency has to test whether AI engines are citing you, because that doesn't show up in a normal analytics dashboard. If an agency is selling you AI optimization but reporting on keyword rankings, they're doing old work with a new name on it. The first filter is simple. Ask what surfaces they touch and how they measure. If the answer sounds like 2019 SEO, keep looking. Here's the actual work. If an agency can't speak to most of this in detail, they don't do this for a living yet. The foundation is your product data. That means your product feed and your Shopify catalog mapping, because the catalog is what feeds ChatGPT, Copilot, and Google's AI channels through agentic storefronts. A real agency goes field by field. Titles written the way shoppers actually ask, complete descriptions, the right product category mapped, identifiers like TIN, and the category-specific meta fields that let an AI answer a real question about your product. Most stores are missing half of this, and it's the single highest impact layer. Next is the Shopify Knowledge Base. That's the app that feeds your brand and policy facts straight to the AI channels. Shipping, returns, sizing, materials, your brand story. The catalog handles your products. The knowledge base handles everything a shopper needs to trust the store. A real agency fills it out completely and keeps it current. Then there's schema. Structured data mainly helps Google's AI features. A competent agency knows that and doesn't oversell it as a fix for ChatGPT, because it isn't one. Then review authority, because reviews are the one trust signal that works across every AI engine. A real agency builds your rating and review volume on your store and on the offsite platforms the engines trust, and makes sure that review data is actually readable in your structured data and feed. Then the agents file. Shopify now generates an agents.md file on every store. The instructions an AI agent reads when it arrives. A real agency customizes that instead of leaving the generic default, so the AI gets an accurate picture of who you are. And then offsite. The engines don't just read your store, they search the open web to confirm you. A real agency works on the Reddit conversations, the roundups, the third-party reviews, and the brand mentions that make you look legitimate from the outside. An agency that only touches your store is doing half the job. That's the scope. Product data, knowledge base, schema, reviews, the agents file, and offsite authority, all measured against real citation tests. That's what you're paying for. Now, the warning signs. These are the things I'd run from if I were hiring. The first red flag is anyone selling LLMs.txt as a magic bullet. Controlled testing has shown that file has little to no measurable impact on AI citations, and Shopify has effectively moved to the agent's file anyway. If an agency's headline pitch is, "We'll add an LLMs.txt and get you into ChatGPT," they're selling you a folk remedy. The second is the one-time fix. AI optimization is not a project you finish. The engines change, your catalog changes, your competitors move. Anyone promising a single cleanup that permanently solves AI visibility doesn't understand how the channel works. The third is no measurement. If they can't show you a before and after citation test, run the broad shopping prompts in your category across ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Google AI mode and record who gets named, then they have no way to prove the work did anything. They're asking you to take it on faith. The fourth is the app installer. Some agencies install one app, flip its default settings on, and call that AI optimization. Installing an app is step 0. If that's the whole engagement, you overpaid for something you could have clicked yourself. The fifth is only on your store work. If they never mention reviews, Reddit, roundups, or anything off your domain, they're going to optimize your product pages perfectly and leave you invisible the moment an engine searches the web to confirm you. And the last one is fake certainty. Anybody who guarantees a #1 spot in ChatGPT is lying. These are organic, unpaid recommendations that shift between sessions. A real practitioner talks about moving your citation rate up over time, not guaranteeing a ranking that doesn't exist. So when you get on a call, here are the questions that separate the real ones from the pretenders. Write these down. 1. How do you measure whether I'm getting cited and across which engines? A good answer names ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Google AI mode and describes an actual prompt testing process. A weak answer pivots to keyword rankings. 2. Do you test signed out? This sounds small, but it matters. If they only check while logged into their own accounts, personalization skews the results and they're showing you a flattering picture that no real shopper sees. 3. Do you work off my store or only on it? You want to hear yes to offsite. Reviews, third-party platforms, the sources, the engine site. If it's on-site only, that's half the job. 4. Can you show me a client result with real numbers? Not visibility improved, actual figures, citations gained, AI attributed revenue, a real before and after. If they can't show you one, you might be the experiment. 5. What do you do after the first month? The answer should describe ongoing testing and iteration, because that's the nature of the work. If the engagement ends after a cleanup, the results end too. If an agency answers those 5 clearly and specifically, they're real. If they get vague or redirect to old SEO language, you have your answer. Let me be straight about the state of this market, including my own corner of it. Most AI optimization offers are thin right now because the whole field is new. A lot of agencies added an AI line to their menu this year and are figuring it out on client money. That's not a knock. It's just the reality of an emerging category. It's also exactly why doing your homework with the questions I just gave you protects you. What I'd look for is someone who has actually run a store, not just optimized other people's. I built and ran an e-commerce brand to $10 million a year as the operator, with a peak month of over $200,000 in meta ad spend. I've been the person staring at the data wondering why the sales weren't there. That operator scar tissue is the difference between an agency that runs tactics and one that understands what those tactics are supposed to do for your P&L. And look for real results in this specific channel. One of our AI commerce clients did $8,589 in AI attributed sales in 90 days with no ad spend behind it from the optimization work alone. That's the kind of concrete number you should be asking every agency to show you, mine included. The point isn't that there's one right agency. The point is that the bar is low right now, the channel is real, and the store owners who pick a competent partner early are going to build a lead that's hard to catch later. So should you hire it all? Sometimes the answer is no, and a good agency will tell you that. If you have a small catalog, some time, and you're willing to work through it, a lot of the foundation is do it yourself. Complete your product feed, fill out the knowledge base, get your reviews readable, customize your agent's file. I've walked through all of that in earlier videos on this channel. You can move the needle yourself on the on-site work. Where an agency earns its money is scale and the off-site half. A large catalog that needs every product mapped and described. The off-site authority work that takes relationships and time. The ongoing measurement and iteration that's hard to keep up with while you're running a business. That's when bringing in a partner pays for itself. Either way, start by knowing where you actually stand. That's what our free AI commerce audit is for. We run the citation tests across the major engines, check your feed, your knowledge base, your schema, your reviews, and your offsite presence, and hand you a prioritized list of what to fix first, whether you do it yourself or hire anyone. Links in the description. In the next video, we go deeper on one specific question buyers keep asking. What does an AI commerce audit actually include, so you know what good looks like before anyone runs one on your store?